you all. From your left, Jack Buchanan, Brian Von Morgan, Vin Sullivan, Coach Tierney, if you'd open up with a comment on today's victory.
Certainly thrilled for where our guys fought. That was not that's not an easy game to win. It's a Big Ten team. They got some guys that are big and strong and fast, and certainly a Canadian-like offense they've got an ability to get to the goal. And I thought defensively we really stood up. It goes back to 1 week ago where we didn't really show up and we didn't play well against Georgetown, and we credited those guys. But we didn't really show up, and it was one of those days. We all picked a bad day. To bounce back after a very blue-collar week of practice, getting after it on Monday and Tuesday, and then really game planning. I thought these guys, they bought in, and I'm thrilled. Certainly the guys sitting next to me are going to get a lot of the credit, but there's a room full up there that did an unbelievable job. The scout team, all those guys that helped prepare the guys that you see on the field. Those guys are standing off the field, and they deserve credit as well. So thrilled. Every little thing meant something to our guys. A ground ball, a face-off, a clear, a stop, a goal, a ride, diving out of bounds. 2 seconds to go, we're up by 3, and Jack Buchanan is diving out of bounds to preserve the possession with 2 seconds to go in the game. That's a great sign of being locked in.
Coach, Ohio State came in here averaging 11 goals a game. You guys held them to just 5. Could you talk a little bit about the defensive game plan and what was working for you back there?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he certainly caught Brown. Let's start with him. He's their quarterback. Since Jesse King had left, the ball goes through 14 an awful lot. And the guy sitting to my right, Finn, that was his assignment, and he rose to the challenge. And he sat on his right hand. He knew that he was, dominant right-handed, and he did a great job on him. And then certainly, Jack Buchanan. Every time you win a game, you forget about the little things. I'm already starting to think about watching the film, and I know that Jack bailed us out a little bit at times, and that's going to happen every game. But he did it, and we'll look at it, and we'll make some adjustments, and we'll get better. And, that's the course of the year. We got a short turnaround before a huge game on Tuesday night versus Stony Brook, who they looked pretty good last night on TV.
Team seemed to kind of break through in the fourth quarter offensively after being pretty consistent in the first 3. What was it you think that the team did to get really at the top of its game on offense in the fourth?
Yeah, I think it's just momentum. You know what I mean? I think that, guys, they didn't have to do too much, and everybody played a role in what went on. And then you start to get these little plays that mean an awful lot. And once you can get momentum, it is especially later in the game, it's almost times 2. So you have the momentum. They're desperately trying to get it. We've been on the other side of it, a week ago. So it's that second half surge. Made a couple of adjustments at halftime. Scored a big goal on man up. All those things are going to play a little bit of a role in momentum and some confidence.
Brian, how much last week's game? How would when this team comes in here and beats you? How much did that kind of fuel you guys during the week, and how much did you take that as motivation coming into this game?
Yeah, I mean, definitely losing last week. Having a full week to prepare, it really got us going. But the main reason I think that we were like what we were today was because of like the little things. Like last week we weren't that locked in, and this week we really got back to what we do and how Hofstra plays across.
How important? This was your career high with 3 goals. How important is it, to have another scorer? So, Sam only has 1 assist in a game, or Josh only has 2 goals. There's complementary scoring.
Yeah. I mean, it's a team. It's a team game, and the other offensive players, we all move off each other. And one day I could go off, and one day someone else can go off. It's really whose day it is.
For Jack, I mean, you had a great day today. I mean, was there anything in particular that you thought made this one such a great performance for you?
I think it was just the week of practice, like Ryan said. We had that loss. Coming off that loss, we worked real hard this week. We put in a lot of work off the field and on the field. So coming into today, we knew what we had to do, and we put it all out there.
What does it say about the defensive potential of this team when you hold a Big Ten team to 5 goals?
Yeah, I think we played very well for the most part today, but I think it could
today's performance defensively can even be improved on. We let up a couple goals in the fourth quarter and a couple really good looks that weren't goals because Jack bailed us out. But, I think we all know that we're capable of playing this way every game and even better. So we just got to keep working.
Coach, you mentioned a quick turnaround. You got to go play Stony Brook on Tuesday. Any adjustments, anything you'd like to work on heading into that one?
I'll tell you what, they're a similar team on offense. They've got a bunch of seniors. They've got some Canadian flair. Chan Rogers, Brody Eastwood, Popolongo. They got a couple of guys that are that can sling it a little bit. We're gonna learn about them a little bit tonight. We'll watch some film. Guys will get a day off, relax a little bit, and then we're gonna do one day turnaround and get out there at their place on Tuesday. So it'll be it's gonna be another tough test. They have one more day to prepare. They played yesterday, but we just gotta be locked in again. So it'll be a huge game. Huge game.
Jack, what is that, Long Island versus Long Island game going to mean to you?
It's huge, growing up, watching Hofstra, watching Stony Brook, just two teams from Long Island. As a kid, you look up to these programs, and it's one that I'm on the Hofstra side, so it's one that I definitely want to get.
Coach, West, how important do you think it was actually to really bounce back after a bad loss and to win this game?
Yeah, it's huge. These guys know that every game that we play is huge. You see all these wins that are going on around the country. Last week we had a big doubleheader here. Harvard beats Duke, and then you got some other scores that are what everybody would think is upsets. I don't know how upsets these are. People are getting better. They're good teams. You mentioned earlier in one of your questions a Big Ten team coming in here. CAA team looked pretty good out there today. Like that. So we're gonna get back at it, and we'll see how it goes. We got every game takes on a life of its own. We got to cut this one loose. Congrats to the team upstairs. We got to cut this one loose, and we got to start to focus on Stony Brook.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thanks,
Oh,
Coach.
thank you.